that is the A360, the cloud services collaboration that Autodesk has already prepared for you. And some of them is free, you can try now. Next, because we will have the session for the Q&A, so I will answer the question later on, okay? Sorry about that, so I will move. Please note down the question, and if you think that cannot explain to me to understand in Vietnamese, you can ask our colleague to translate so I can read and answer to you, okay? Sorry that I cannot speak Vietnamese, that's just only one word. Cảm ơn. The only word that can remember. Okay, so I was born in the village that next to the Vietnamese language village in Thailand. Okay, so I'm accustomed to the Vietnamese food a little bit for the spring roll, for something like that. I quite accustomed to it. But the thing is, I have no time to learn the Vietnamese with the neighborhood. Okay, so working with other things a little bit more. That means we can use the A360 team. I don't mention A360 for a collaboration for it because you need to work with the Revit team. Okay, so we have the A360 and A360 team to try. We can work, for example, if I use the Revit, I upload the Revit to A360. My colleague can download the A360 Revit from A360 to do the scheduling, to link with the database, or do some quality takeoff by scheduling, right? Or use the Navisworks, upload and download, and my colleague can use for the crash detection for construction simulation. And the best thing that I would like to introduce you to use is the diff format. The diff format is the DWFX. The format that we can use. This one, later on, you also can make use of this one. Work in here is no need to have separate email and separate data storage. You just only have one. Keep everything there. Okay? And this is the sample of the diff format. Because it uses the browser. Instead of I send the PDF file, I send the DWFX. And with the DWFX, I can have more features. For example, this one I have the thumbnail. See? I also set 2D. And if I want to do the measure, I can measure. I have the program from here, right? I would like to see from this room, it will snap for me. It depends on the setting for the unit. This one I haven't set for the unit, so it will show the default unit in inches. And so, again, my customer that I introduced A360 and I also introduced this format. Right now, they stop using PDF, they're using this one. Because they say that, oh, it's lighter, and on A360, when I open this file, I can show in 2D and 3D, and I can walk through both. So let's try. This is some of the information that about the technology that I bring to show to you, and you can go back, check, and just try. Because it's easy to use. Okay. So that is all the collaboration on cloud regarding A360 and 360 teams. For the Revit team, we can check at the collaboration for it. Next, what the design already done, the communication already finished, everything settled. Now we send the information to another team. Oh, sorry. Oh, by the way, this is the Revit. This is the Revit. We can go to this one and export. DWFX is here. And once you do this, you can select whether you want to print out anything for your colleague or for your subcontractors. Okay, the command already put it in there. All right. So this one, I think I better close it to bring back my memory. Okay. Construction industry workflow. For this part, before we have the break, I will talking in these two topics. Okay, for the constructability and take the time in the quantifications. Okay, because it's the topic, constructability, quantification, collaboration, and field management. All right, but this one, the value proposition, blah 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 blah. You better see how it works, because in Revit, when we do the design, right, we do in the big portion, for example, the floor, but we also can use the Revit to divide. And I think some of you may never seen this feature. Anyone of you have ever seen this feature? Please raise your hand when I finish. Just mean when I select this, right, I can do, where is my command? Let's see here. From the Revit model, do something like this to show the information of each part. Yes, and I can do the part. Yes. Not only this way. The command is very easy for you to start using, and just in detail, right? And for the way that we cut the floor cutting, I will not show this one because it will take time. We will talk about it later. Okay, but some of you may not have. Anyone of you use these features? Raise your hand. Again. Okay. So double check. I give you the red back. Sorry. Could you please help me? That gentleman. Thank you for Revit fan. Okay. Okay, please raise your hand so she can. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And at the end, we can communicate clearly with this. Oh, what happened to my screen? Okay. All right. So that is the way that we do the constructability and to do the detail of the way that we will construct, right? And oops. Yes. And next is the quantification. This one is the part that I would like to work live for you. Provide representation. Okay, it's because of the for quantification. If you use Revit, I think all of you will use Revit to do schedule. That means to take the quantity from the model, right? And anyone of you have ever heard that the Navisworks can do the quantification? Again, thank you. Okay, one of you now. Someone else? Okay, two now. And have you ever tried? Already tried, so you know the way how, right? For concrete. Oh, okay. And how about you? Already tried or just only know? Okay. Thank you so much. Sorry that I can hear you a little bit, but it's okay. That's already tried. Thank you. By the way, just only two that know. So I'm happy that, okay, I will not say the thing that you already know. Alright. So, let's say the quantities, why we use the program to do the quantification or do the quantity takeoff, because we want to use the technology that can do faster and that can do repeat. For example, if I have the bidding coming, right, I also would like to ask my team to create a 3D model. It's fast fashion way. I take off the price and then check the price and then I can go to the bid. But if something wrong, I can change the part, change the door, change the column size or something, and have the quantities again and compare, and then I will have the best price for the bidding. That is the thing that to have the quantifier real and often that we can do for some competition apart from the normal quantities take off and the way that we do in the office itself, because during the construction, okay. And also, most of all, the last one is to support large and complex project. Because nowadays, as you see from the first few slides, right, the project is bigger and bigger. So to do the quantification, if we do the traditional way, it also takes more time. But if we can use the technology to do it, it will help us do this. But we don't say that you can use it right away, because it depends on your workflow, it depends on your working. Because just like in the programming world, they always say that what you put in, that is what you will get output. Put in the garbage, you also get the garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. It's the same for us. Model. If we do the good 3D model, we can take off the good quantity. If we do just the model that, okay, I think this is a good model already though, and once take off, it takes a lot of things. The same to crash detection. If you're working in crash detection from the beginning that you don't know how to use it, exactly how to use it, you have 10,000-20,000 of the crash. How come, right? But once you already know how to create the right way, how to use the right thing, it's still using 2,000 and it is to some 100 and it work fine. It's the same thing. So today it's just the beginning that I will show you that apart from the Revit, you also can use the Navisworks, and I will compare the difference for you. That what is the difference? Okay, it's not mean that the Revit you do the wrong way. You also do the right thing, because if for the Revit, right? If I open this one, the same thing, because everybody using the Revit, you use for the quantity takeoff to have the schedule, right? But this one, the same thing. But have you ever checked it? For example, if I want to know for the ground floor, how many, this one is a ground floor, right? Ground floor doors. Have you ever checked it? That this is correct? Right? This is a way that some of you may say, okay, I do the training, they train me to take the schedule, okay, that's finished. But there is some feature inside that actually nowadays you are in the lucky generation, right? For my generation, if I want to know something, I have to go to the library. It's take about 3 hours for the bus, take a bus to go to library to find a good document in English to read. But for us nowadays, everything on internet. Yeah, so for the ladies, it's a lot. Okay, so there is something that showing quantities that it's already there. It's correct to use it, but it just only take off in component. And if we want to do further for the whole building to combine everything together, we need to use the Navisworks. And at the moment, for the Navisworks, before I go in details, this is the workflow, quantification, use Revit from the beginning. Yes, correct. We will do the item and resource management. This we call catalog. And this is an important part, because you need to develop your own catalog. The same way that you develop your own family for the model. This is the standard for the quantity takeoff. And then we will do the quantification. And at the end, it will help you to do the change analysis and report. What does it mean? The same that I give you an example, right? I have the bit, I have to change the door. So I can do the change analysis and to check the difference, and can update which one I will use or which catalog I will use for calculate, something like that. And You can use the A360 to share. Okay, David, you have already seen this one. Alright. Now, we will use the Navisworks. So, the Navisworks can do 2D takeoff, 3D takeoff, virtual takeoff, if you have the very good setup, because it will be super fast. This is the dream for, for everyone. Okay, and the last is the report. Okay, now. Because a lot of you already use Revit, right? But a lot of you still use AutoCAD. How many of the AutoCAD users that still use AutoCAD 2D? No? No AutoCAD 2D anymore? Oh. Because if you don't have, right, I will skip it one. No lah. Because for the 3D takeoff is very easy. But to for the concept, because some of you, if you still use, because we have to handle with the 2D for sure. And it's covered that every industry always will go to 2D. Like AEC go to 2D for the construction, right? Mechanical also go to 2D for creating the thing. Even the film production, multimedia, they also go to 2D at the end. When they show to you, it's all 2D. They create the giant, the something in 3D, but at the end 2D. So 2D still rule the world at the moment. Alright. So when you go back, have to work with the 2D drawing. If your partner do not send you the Revit file, at least they will send you the PDF, right? So when the PDF with the Navisworks, we can append, right? At least 60 plus file format, include the PDF and DWFX. If it's because of the copyright or anything, I have not mentioned, they just only give you 2D. At least please ask them, if you know them, if you suspect that they use Revit, please ask them to send you the DWFX file instead of PDF. Why? This is a PDF file that I insert to do for the quantity takeoff in 2D. I cannot click anything. Just like we have the image on AutoCAD. So that's why on AutoCAD, if we want to work with the image, we need to install AutoCAD raster design so we can edit the image. It's the same, but it's a different way. That in the PDF, I cannot do anything. So I will just turn on the one that I bring it as the DWFX. It's almost the same thing. It's 2D. But the thing is, if I click at the door, see, I can click it and I can check the property because the property is will come along from the Revit to the DWFX. And if I open DWFX using the browser that I showed you, right? I also can check the property is the same manner. So it will help you to do the quantity takeoff. The first sample, because understand that we cannot, sometimes we cannot force our partner, right? They will give us PDF, then video. But if we have the file like that, for example, this one is a PDF, okay? And I also will use as the DWFX. The first quantity takeoff for using Navisworks